Namaste friends, welcome back to the last day of our 7-day series. Today we've just got 5 simple poses that we're going to be doing to help restore the body after the 7 days of our FeetUp trainer. I'm sure some of you are feeling a little bit achy, especially if you've been building strength throughout this journey. So today there are 2 other props that you can have handy, and those are some yoga blocks. If you don't have yoga blocks, you can actually just grab some firm cushions or something like that off the sofa, but nothing too large. It's just some extra support, or you can even grab 2 books or something, 2 quite hard books. Okay, so we're going to hop straight into it. It's just a few simple poses. So come up onto your knees to start with, and let's take our right leg between our trainer, so it's on the inside. And keep this back knee quite far away from the trainer. We're going to come down for a low lunge. So we're going to sink low into the hips. You can stay here just holding on to the wooden part of your trainer. If you want, get yourself comfortable and come forward. You can always grab your props and use those instead to place your hands onto, so books, or if you have blocks like I have. So you're just going to allow your hips to sink really, really low to the ground. Give into gravity here and keep your ears, your shoulders away from your ears. You want both of your hip bones facing forward, so we're not opening up through the hips at all. Keeping them facing forwards. If you'd like to go a step further, you can always bring your forearms down to the padded part of your trainer and just sink heavy. So whichever of these options works best for your body, then just take that option. From here we're going to take 5 deep breaths. Get as comfortable as you possibly can. Keep your spine long. Breathe nice and deep in and out of the nostrils. And then send your hips back, come out of your pose. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So just swap legs and remember to take the option that works for your body. If you're holding onto the wooden part of the bar, that's actually going to be the easiest variation for you. So the closer the back heel is to the front heel is to the back knee, the less intense the stretch will be. So take the variation that works for you. Find some comfort in the pose. If you feel any pain, just ease out of it and choose a much easier variation. So enjoy your 5 deep breaths. And send your hips back again. Release the legs, bring them both out of the trainer. Now we're going to do pigeon pose. For those of you that practice yoga regularly, you might know how to get into pigeon pose, so feel free to get straight there. If you don't, then come onto your palms and send your left leg straight behind you. And we're going to lift up through the core and bring this right knee down to the ground in front of you. So you've got it open at either a 90-degree angle, or you can have the heel close to your groin if that's more comfortable. Start to lower yourself down onto your bum. So the closer the heel is to your groin, the more comfortable this is going to be. And push yourself back. Sit up nice and tall through the spine. You can always take your hands to that middle bar of your trainer to hold yourself up in your pigeon. Just engage through the foot. So what I recommend is to point your feet and then lift your toes so that your toes are facing forwards. That's the best engagement I can give you without locking your knees. So you can just be like this, holding on to the bars, or you can take your props, your books or your blocks, place them either side of your body and be up nice and tall. This can be quite an intense stretch, so just do whatever feels more comfortable for you. Play around with it until you get into a comfortable position. If this is not working for you, you can always use your books and you can place your hips onto them as a prop, just to prop up your hips a little more off of the ground. And then you can place your hands onto the higher part of your trainer. So this may be more accessible if you're very tight in your hips or in your psoas muscle. That's another option. But if you have quite a lot of flexibility, you can always come back further away from your trainer and maybe come down to your forearms. You can always place a block or your book and rest your head onto that prop, or you can take your head all the way down to the ground if you're very open in the hips. But wherever you are, just enjoy this hip opener. If there's a lot of discomfort, remember to raise your hips up onto some cushions or onto your props of whatever you've got. And hold yourself up nice and tall. Take 5 deep breaths. And release, friends. So if you've got a prop in the way, just move it aside. Lift up onto the back leg, bring yourself back, and just take a seat back onto your heels. Take a little child's pose just for a second. Bring your forehead down to the ground, arms alongside the body. Take a deep breath here. And then come on up. We're going to make our way into Pigeon on the opposite side. So extend through the right leg. Bring this left knee next to the left palm. Slide your back foot away from you. The closer the heel is towards your hip, the easier this pose is going to be. And remember, pop something underneath your hips if needed, underneath this left bum cheek, if that's going to help you. You can stay up on your fingertips, you can have your hands on the wooden part of your trainer, you can come down to the forearms, you can always rest your head onto a prop or down onto the ground. So choose any of those, maybe play around with it until you find the most comfortable position for your body, and then enjoy 5 deep breaths. And release, remove your prop if it's there. Pull yourself back up and walk yourself closer towards your trainer. Sit back onto your heels. We're going to take a child's pose, but with our hands up on to our trainer. You can always place that prop back where your forehead's going to rest. Keep your hands up on your trainer, and you can always rest your forehead onto a prop. Keep your knees close together. So we're zipping the hips nice and closely together. Hands up on your prop, extend through the arms, make them nice and long, but keep your shoulders away from your ears. If you need to adjust your position, move back a little bit or a little more forward to your trainer. If you want a little bit of a deeper stretch, you can always remove your prop and just allow your forehead to come all the way down to the ground. So you're opening up through the shoulders. Wherever you are, Find some comfort and just breathe nice 5 deep breaths. And then slowly bring yourself back up. We've got 2 more positions. So we're going to turn our trainer now so that the padded part is facing us. From here, I'd grab some cushions if you don't have your blocks or anything like that. But if you have blocks, place them on the ground. You can take it to the lowest part of the block. You can take it to the medium. I'd actually recommend having a cushion even if you do have a block. It's just going to be a little more comfortable. So whatever works for you, play around. We're making like a little seat. This is where our bum is going to go. So now shuffle your hips close towards these props. Have your fingertips facing towards your heels. Lift your bum up onto your props and take your bum as close as you can towards your trainer. Now come down to your elbows, take your feet up onto your trainer and very slowly bring your shoulders down to the ground and maybe shuffle your hips a little closer to your trainer so you can actually feel the trainer against your bum. Suck your belly button back and lift your legs to the sky. So keep your legs lifted. Don't worry if you need to bend them, keep them bent. But if you can straighten them, keep them straight. Allow everything to become nice and soft except for your legs. Your legs are lifted. You may need a little bit of strength in your legs to keep them lifted. But from here, take 5 deep breaths. And now release the legs, taking them down to your prop once again, down to the trainer. Now shuffle your hips back and move your props a little bit away from the trainer, but keep them underneath your bum, but on your sacrum, not on the lower spine. You can always remove the cushion if you would like to, it's totally up to you. But just keep the sacrum on the block or on your cushion. Make sure it's not putting any pressure on your lower spine. So hips are a little further back from your trainer now so that you can rest your legs, and the back of your knees should meet the back of the trainer, the nice padded part, and that should be quite comfortable. Just shuffle around until you're as comfortable as possible. Tuck your shoulder blades underneath you. You can take your hands to your belly so that you can feel the rise and fall of your breath. Take 5 really deep breaths here, just allowing everything to fall heavy. You can always bring your legs a little closer together and just allow your knees to fall open. 5 deep breaths. And from here, friends, just take your hands down to the ground so they're extended alongside your body. We're doing just a bit of a modified shavasana here. Tuck your shoulder blades under your body, be as heavy into the ground as you possibly can. Just allow everything to give into gravity. Allow your breath to return to its natural rhythm. Feel the weight of your hips sinking down into your prop, and that nice heavy dead weight of your legs against the padding of your trainer. Notice all the parts of the body that are making contact with the earth, and that very gentle rise and fall of your chest as you inhale and as you exhale. Soften the area between your eyebrows. Relax your cheeks. Relax your chin. Allow all tension to be released from your shoulders. Your fingertips curl naturally. Feel the weight of your feet as they balance off the edge of your trainer. I'm going to stay here with you for 30 seconds of complete silence. During these 30 seconds, allow your mind to rest, and any thoughts that come to you, allow them to pass as if they're a cloud in the sky being blown by the wind. Pay them no attention. Okay, friends, you're welcome to stay here as long as you like. I truly hope you've enjoyed this series. Do it over and over until you're ready to take it to the next step. I've really enjoyed it. Remember to share, like and comment just to help it keep continuing. Until our next video, Namaste.